Sri Lanka's #1 television experience now brings you the Interclub Rugby season live. Don't miss out on any of the action. Exclusively on Dialog Now, channel #1 on Dialog Television, the Dialog TV Go app, ThePapare.com and Dialog My TV.
And where down we go, where down we go.
A very good evening to you all. Logged on to Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub at www.thepapare.com. We are here at Nithavala for the Kandy Sports Club Army SC game here in Kandy, and the first time Kandy Sports Club travels all the way down to Kandy to face Army Sports Club. Joining me in commentary box is Sudarshana. Please, Sudarshana, exciting game ahead. Only one team remains unbeaten at the end of as of today in the Dialog Rugby League.
Yes, Ishafa, and welcome to all our viewers joining us on www.thepapare.com, and we are coming to you live from Nithavala for the first time this season. Kandy Sports Club playing their first game, like you said, only one team remaining, and that is yet to be seen, because the Kandy Sports Club is not going to have it easy with Army Sports Club. Here are the two skippers. Tusita Senanayaka for Army Sports Club, while the experienced veteran Gayan Weeratna heads his hometown club. It's going to be an interesting affair, because Kandy will want to impress all their supporters who are going to gather up here to see them play for the first time this season, and some thrilling results over the weekend. CRN FC going down to CHN FC, and CH finally bringing an end to their 30-game losing streak, whereas Havelock Sports Club had a hard where they lost out to a very resilient Navy Sports Club outfit. So it's going to be very interesting today what Army can do to topple this high-riding Kandy side. It's not going to be easy by any means, but Army will be determined to do so.
Exactly, rightfully said. So Army Sports Club have been the surprise package in this Dialog Club Rugby League action. They were trailing at half-time against CHNFC last week, and a second half display from Army Sports Club led by their fly half Asham Bandara, and a last-minute try coming in from Sudarga Kumura did the job for the Army team. A lot of talent there in the Army lineup. Of course, the experience, Ashoka Jayalal leading his troops from the middle in front, and mind you, Asham Bandara has been terrific over the last few seasons for Army Sports Club. Asham Bandara, of course, from Vidyartha College, so these conditions will be nothing new for the fly half for Army Sports Club. But going on about Kandy Sports Club, they've been the team that everyone looks forward to, but not the start that they had in the first week. They could not execute their plans very well against CHNFC, but they came back hard against Police Sports Club, and now they have the third match in this season. It's going to be a long season. We have another 4 more weeks coming up in the first round, and then this will be moving on to the second round of action. There you go on your screens. Fazim Marija going on his last stint for club rugby. I think this game should be special for him, especially for the veteran.
Yes, it's going to be very interesting how the two teams are going to come out with, and keep an eye out on that man, Dhanush Kuranjan, a high-riding player for Sri Lanka and also for Kandy Sports Club, and Jason Disanayak as well. We saw how effective he can be against Police, and the highest point scorer of the league currently, Tilna Vijay Singh, the man on your screen. So everything is set for a brilliant game. Lovely weather, brilliant weather for some rugby. Nice gloomy skies, which is normal for Kandy, and also a very pleasing atmosphere as well. As Kandy's, there you go, that's the weather forecast currently. 28 Celsius, very mild, and not very humid as well, 65% humidity, so the players will definitely enjoy the conditions here up in Nithavala.
I think these are conducive playing conditions for rugby here at Nithavala. Kandy Sports Club, of course, this has been their home territory for the last few years, and I think they should be very well accustomed to these playing conditions. Meanwhile, Army Sports Club, there you go on your screens, the points table at the end of the second week. I think Havelock Sports Club will have to give away their top finish, I think, provided that this game goes in favor of the other team. But Havelock Sports Club losing out against Navy yesterday, so they will be going down the points table, and the Kandy Sports Club on second, followed by CR and Army. So Navy Sports Club bouncing back last week after their disappointing finish against CR and FC. They were leading at halftime, but could not go through the next 40 minutes of play against CR and FC. So Navy Sports Club have been the gainers in the third week as alongside CH and FC.
Now remember, this points table that you see currently is the points table as at the end of the second week. So there'll be big changes. Currently, at the moment, Kandy Sports Club will be quite happy that both of their rivals, CRN FC and Havelock Sports Club, have lost their second game. So it's going to be very crucial for them to make a very good performance here and make sure that they collect the bonus point as well. And like Insaf mentioned, CHN FC, who are third from the bottom, will be coming a little up. They will maybe overtake Army Sports Club depending on the result of today's game. So that's going to be interesting. But nevertheless, it's going to be an interesting game, like we've said. So don't go anywhere. Stay logged to www.thepapare.com, as we are going to bring you some brilliant action after this short commercial break.
So I came to Sri Lanka for the challenge, basically. I had a great life in Australia, and I'd been coaching at the same school for 10 years. We had a great house, and I had a good business, but I wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone. So I came here. I don't know how to speak the local language. I still don't really know how to speak the local language. And we just travelled around and started to absorb the culture in Sri Lanka, and we ended up falling in love with the place. And at the same time, I started meeting rugby players and coaches, and I fell in with ThePapare, and I started doing some commentary, and I really enjoyed it. So one thing led to another, and all of a sudden I'm commentating and I'm coaching, and I'm part of rugby life here in Sri Lanka.
ThePapare.com කරපු සංකල්පය ලංකාවේ ක්‍රීඩක ක්‍රීඩිකාවන්ට ඉතාම ධෛර්යයි. ඔවුන්ගේ අදහස් ක්‍රීඩා තොරතුරු ඊට අමතරව ශ්‍රී ලාංකිකයෙක් වශයෙන් මට ආඩම්බර විය හැකි මේ අලුත් සංකල්ප ක්‍රීඩා ලෝකයට ගෙනීම ගැන මම ඇත්තටම ThePapare.com එකට ස්තුතිවන්තයි.
Sri Lanka's #1 television experience now brings you the Interclub Rugby season live. Don't miss out on any of the action. Exclusively on Dialog Now, channel #1 on Dialog Television, the Dialog TV Go app, ThePapare.com and Dialog My TV.
So the most unforgettable rugby experience I had is probably a game when I was playing in the south of France. And we were playing a team where we'd never beaten them before in the history of the club. And we'd just scored some points. We were leading by 1 point. There was a minute to go. They were kicking off to us. The ball flew high in the air and went into the backfield. Our winger, instead of catching the ball, fly kicked the ball directly off the kick, straight into a prop who was standing in front of him, and it hit him in the back of the head. The referee called a penalty for player in front. The guy kicked the ball over. It was the end of the game. I still can't believe the look on the crowd's faces when that game finished, and That's probably the most unforgettable moment in rugby that I've ever had.
මුලින්ම තියෙන්න ඕනේ සහයෝගය එළියේ ඉන්න උන්ට ඇතුළට එන්න දෙන්න ඕනි. හරි ඒ කියන්නේ දක්ෂතාවයක් නැත්නම් එයා එළියට දාලා තව ටිකක් ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරලා ඇතුළට ගන්න ඕනි.
සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ස්පෝර්ට්ස් පැත්ත දන්න මිනිස්සු දන්නවා ඉතින් කොහොමද ඒගොල්ලෝ කැපවීම කරන්න කියලා විහිළුවා.
දක්ෂ ක්‍රීඩකයෝ හිටියා. එනකොට ආගත්තේ කුලල් කාගත්තේ නැහැ. ඒ කාලේ හොඳට තිබුණා මේ ක්‍රිකට් ගැන අපටත් අවබෝධයක්.
තරගවාර එකක් දෙකක් පරදිනකොට හුඟක් මානසිකත්වයෙන් පල්ලයට වැටෙනවා. ඒ වෙනකොට ප්‍රවීණ ක්‍රීඩකයෝ හිටියොත් කාර්යය අපිට පුළුවන් අපේ ටීම් එකේ මානසිකත්වයෙන් මේ නංවන්න.
ක්‍රීඩකයොත් එක්ක සාකච්ඡා කරලා නායකත්වයට සුදුසුතා කවුද කියන එක තෝරාගත යුතු කියන එක තමයි මගේ හැඟීම.
ක්‍රීඩකයෙක්ගේ එක මැච් එකක් ලොස් වුණා කියලා ඉතින් එයා ලොස්මයි කියන්නත් බෑ. හුඟක්ම යන්නේ එක දේශපාලනයත්. ඒ කියන්නේ දේශපාලනේ ක්‍රිකට් වලට නම් වැඩි.
හොඳම දේ තමයි දේශපාලඥයෝ සහ පරිපාලකයෝ උන්ගේ කාර්යය කරලා ක්‍රීඩකයෝ ක්‍රීඩකයන්ගේ කාර්යය කරනවා නම් මේක මීට වඩා වෙනස් වෙනවා. ලංකාවේ ක්‍රිකට් ඉස්සරහට යන්න පුළුවන් කියලා හිතනවා.
Sri Lanka's #1 television experience now brings you the Interclub Rugby season live. Don't miss out on any of the action. Exclusively on Dialog Now, channel #1 on Dialog Television, the Dialog TV Go app, ThePapare.com and Dialog My TV.
And where down we go.
Here in the Dialog Rugby League, match number 9, that is Kandy Sports Club taking on Army Sports Club here in Nithawala. First time Kandy Sports Club playing here in their home territory, and as we await the two teams to arrive in the grounds, it has been a hectic week for rugby over the last few days. We've seen quite a few of international games also over the week. The All Blacks, of course, winning a tight game against Scotland. And that was a tight encounter. The scores standing as 22 points to 17 in favor of the All Blacks, and also Ireland taking on Fiji. Ireland winning that 23 points to 20. So it has been an exciting week for rugby, and the crowds here at Nithawala slowly building in.
And here you go, the Kandy SC lineup for their first home game. Ali Mohammed, Uchita Jayasuriya, Ganaka Disanayaka, Surya Anthony, Dimitri Vijaytunga, Jason Disanayaka, Tarundu Chaturanga, Bhuwane Kodangamo, largely unchanged from the last game. Srinath Surya Bandala, Fasil Marija, Richard Dharmapala, Gandhi Veeratna, Danush Karanjan, Aniruddha Vilvara comes in, and Tilna Vijay Singh. So couple of changes, Fasil Marija and Aniruddha Vilvara coming in. And let's take a look at the replacement. Damit Disanayaka, Lasita Attanagoda, Ashan Dalin, Asita Ratnayaka, Shashika Chavadana, Nigel Ralthwaite drops to the bench. Lavanga Pereira and Danush Dayan dropping to the bench, making a space for Aniruddha Vilvara to come in. That's the Kandy lineup. Let's take a quick look at the Army Sports Club lineup. Silva Karnaratna, Sugatnana, Kara Adhikaram, Herath, Ratnayaka, Abhiratna, Vinod Kumar, Manjula Veerasinghe as the halfback, Ashan Bandara, Kandy boy again playing in the number 10 position. Sudaraka Dikkumbura, Imankarya Pala, Sanjeeva Hapukas Kumbura, Susita Kumar and Gayan Sal in the making the 15. And for the replacement, Ashoka Jayalal will be coming in from the bench and will be an interesting addition. Dinesh Suranga, Silva, Vijay Tilakar, Mohammad Rizvi drops to the bench. Chandrasekhara Senanaik and Bulat Singhala, Samira Bulat Singhala making up the Army replacements as the Army team is making their final huddle right in the middle of the grounds. Seems like they'll be the ones kicking off the game, with the game being officiated by referee Priyantha Gunaratna, with referee Priya Suranga and Deepal Punyavardhana acting as the assistant referees of this game. This is going to be an interesting game, and don't forget, Army Sports Club have been taken over by Nilufar Ibrahim, a proud son of Kandy Sports Club himself, who's played all of his rugby here at Kandy. So he's going to be very much influential in this aspect. Let's see how his plans and tactics work out here at his former home ground.
Interesting choice from Ibrahim. He has opted to play Jalal from the bench, and captain Tushita Senanayaka will also be starting from the bench and after coming to the team after an injury. Gayan Salinder to kick things off here in Hittawala. Hami playing from right to left on your screens.
And Salinder kicks things off, and Tilna Vijay Singh straight away guilty of letting that unpredictable rugby ball bounce. But luckily for Army, the ball has been lost forward by, I beg your pardon, luckily for Kandy, Army ball has been lost forward by Army. Otherwise, Kandy would have been in for trouble, because if you give this Army team any lease inside your own 22, it's going to be very crucial. Kandy straight away with a scrum in their own 22. Surya Bandara to feed in. Not a very well formed scrum there. Kandy going in with a new set of front rows. Ali acting as the prop forward with Uchita playing hooker. They're trying out their newer players in this setup by the looks of it. Surya Bandar with the feed in. Straight away Udangamo breaks from the back and he takes two people. Surya Bandar to Vijay Singh now. Vijay Singh with a thumping clearance. And still in play for Army Sports Club. There was a slight slip.
Referee has his hand up, but it was a clearly high tackle coming there in the first occasion. And early on, Gayan Salinder made a mockery of that ball. He was not anticipating the ball to come to his direction, but unfortunately could not hold on to that ball. So referee having a small chat with the Kandy captain. There you go on your screens, Fazim Marija. Not the usual Marija tackle.
Thank you very much to our technical team for that replay. Spot on stuff. Fasil Marija going a little bit high. Maybe he's watching a little bit of rugby league these days. But Army Sports Club coming away with a line out opportunity now. Aravinda Karunaratne with his first throw in is going to be, it's going to be very crucial how he manages to get this one. Army has opted to go with 5 men in the line out. Ball most probably coming to the second pod, yes. But that's overthrow. Tarindu Chaturanga not able to collect that one, so advantage to Army. Army will have to do well with their initial exchanges. And that is Hapugas Kumbara, former with that player. He's been on and off for Army Sports Club. Not able to make a consistent presence. A little bit of a show and go, but he's held up. Now the tacklers need to release. Halfback opting to kick from the base. There was Army showing some great intent. And yes, they will be awarded the penalty for not releasing the tackler. Army should go for points right in front of the post, and it should be easy for Gayan Salinder here.
I think it was a good take-off decision making. There you go on your screens, the replay coming in.
That's why Kandy Sports Club were penalized. Look at the ball carrier. Both his knees were on the ground, which is why the referee was straight away giving in the penalty. So Army with the opportunity to put first points on the board. Gayan Salinder will receive quite a bit of cheering or jeering, if you can call it, when he attempts this kick.
I think anyone who comes down to Kandy has that disadvantage.
Salinder with the conversion and absolutely no problem. Kicks it out of the park right through the post. So 5 minutes into the game, Army Sports Club they get first blood, 3 points to nil. Kandy needs to get their focus right. First point scorer for Army Sports Club, Gayan Salind on your screen. Now Marija with a good high kickoff. Very contestable ball, but very nicely collected from Army. What Army need to do is they need to make sure that they dominate position.
Hanging kick
Singer with the kick from base. And he's... Seems like it's been kicked out on the full.
First line out for Kandy. Utsa Jayasuriya filling in the shoes of the injured Damit Disanayaka. Going for the far line out, very well collected there by Chaturanga. And here comes Kandy. Dimitri to Veeraratna. Goes to the shorter side and here comes the danger man. Ranjan fends off one. He needs a quick recycling of the ball. Now comes Dimitri. Dimitri goes into contact. He's been taken down. Takes about 3 players to put the big man down. Surya Bandara sending out to Marija. Marija to Vijay Singh. Vijay Singh on the far side. He's cornered by the Army players, but manages to hold on. And Marija once again to the left. There's space on the outside. He tries to run on his own. Inches close to the try line. Surya Bandara once again. Here comes Dharmapala. Dharmapala tries to seep in, but does not manage to do so. Jayasuriya acting as a scrum half at that occasion.
Kandy making inch by inch. Dimitri Vijayatunga now trying to go for the ball. Has been pushed back. Very unimpressive play by Kandy. There were overlaps quite a bit at times, but everybody wanted to go for the try. Uchita Jayasuriya, Richard Dharmapala, every single one of them. But finally, Anuruddha Vilvara gets on the scoreboard for Kandy's first try. As the crowd confirms, Anuruddha Vilvara the man scoring it, but Kandy didn't have to work so hard to get that try.
I think good presence of mind there by Surya Bandara, who he saw the overlap finally on the corner. And Vilvara, there you go on your screens, the replay of that try. Surya Bandara easy going for Vilvara to score the first one for Kandy Sports Club.
With just 5 meters to go, you're not going to be able to stop Vilvara. The best of defenders have failed to do that. Not even in Sri Lanka, but even in the Asian circuit. Now Vijay Singh with an opportunity to increase the lead by 2 more points. Kandy now have taken the lead 5 points to 3. To the relief of the crowd that has gathered here. Vijay Singh's quick is not successful. So the score will remain at 5 points to 3. Kandy will be looking for a big performance here in Shaf, because what they need to do is they need to make sure that all their aspects of the game are on the run, because we already know that they're a quality side. But what you saw there, not using the overlap, is not forgivable at all. It's not the person who scores the try, but the one who creates it.
I think we are still fresh in this Dialog Rugby League. We are still in the 3rd week, but going forward to the 6th and 7th week, we'll be having Navy and Havelocks tougher opponents as that kickoff of Ashan Bandara goes directly into touch. Not the start that Army would have wanted. Coming back to that Kandy Sports Club was not the best side against Police in the second half. Even in the second week, they only managed a small amount of tries, points in the second half. So that's something Coach Sean Vijay Singh will also look into.
Absolutely, and it's not ideal, like I said, Army Sports Club gifting a scrum right in the middle of the park to Kandy, letting them have options on either sides of them. Take a off your screen, viewers. We have Danush Ranjan, Vijay Singh and Wilver on one side, Fasil Marija, Gayan Veeratna and Dharmapal on another. So where do we go? Two Sri Lanka backlines on either sides, and Surya Bandara decides to go in with Fasil Marija. Now Danushka Ranjan could have gone all the way, could have passed it to Dharmapala, but was tackled. Resilient Army defense coming in and bundling out Surya Bandara to the touchline.
There you go on your
Take a look
screens.
at
Ranjan had Dharmapala on his side, Sudarshana. He could have gone for support, but unfortunately, ball once again does not go in favor of Kandy Sports. So I think this is what Kandy should be looking at to fine-tune their final acts. I think they have their basics correct.
Army with the line out throw in, and a good sack coming in from the Kandy forwards to disrupt that maul, not let it go dry. And Ashan Bandara challenged by Chaturanga. Chaturanga has lost the ball in the process. So can Army Sports Club given another lease of life to clear the ranks? They opt to go with their forwards, trying to hit through the forwards and get an angle for Gayan Salinder, now who's positioned himself in the in goal. Salinder with the clearance, not successful, is coming towards the hands of Dharmapala. Dharmapala with the counter, running inside. He has Fasil Marija, space on the outside. Vijay Singh to Wilvara. Wilvara gives it back to Danushka Ranjan, who will go all the way. Way too easy for Danushka Ranjan, who goes right underneath the post. And Kandy Sports Club, when they are in motion, they look things so easy. They make things look very, very easy. We'll take a look at the replay. Danushka Ranjan, here you go, the try scorer. Scoring the second try for Kandy Sports Club. Here's the replay. Change of direction from Dharmapala. Marija Thilna Vijay Singh cutting back in was Danushka Ranjan, collecting it from Wilvera. And he goes right underneath the post. Great counter-attacking move by Kandy, and they go 10 points to 3 with the conversion to come. This should be regulation kick for Thilna Vijay Singh, kicking from under the post. Absolutely no problem. So 12 points to 3. Kandy have taken the lead in the 12th minute. A commanding lead at that.
I think the restart from Asham Bandara made way to this try. As you said in earlier phase discussion, I think the back line of Kandy is of course dangerous. I think we have the Sri Lankan line enacted here in the Kandy jerseys, and give them some space, and I don't think they will leave any room for error.
What Army need to do now is they need to make sure that they dominate possession. They need to hold on to possession, make sure that they hold on to as much possession as they can. Because if you starve Kandy of possession, you will frustrate them. They're a team who likes to dominate possession, who likes to do a lot with the ball in hand. If you don't let them do that, then they will fault and they will try to do things extra. This time the kickoff inching towards the in goal, and Thilna Vijay Singh very happily plants the ball in the in goal. A little bit of a confusion on what they want to do. Should it be a 22? Yes, it'll be a 22 dropout. Marija with the 22 dropout. Good high kick. Underneath was the big forward Vinod Kumar. Luckily he had his body turned towards his own side, making sure that although he lost the ball in contact, it wasn't lost forward. Abhay Ratna Takes the ball in. Now to Ashan Bandara, who puts the ball to boot. That's a good kick in good space. Wilbur lets the ball bounce, but now here comes the counter from Anuruddha Wilbur. Good chase coming in from the Kandy lads. Surya Bandara trying to snipe through, manages to get away from two tacklers. Dimitri Vijaytungana going into contact. Only Ali to clear the lines. Now Tilna Vijay from the pocket has kicked it out. Not ideal from Vijay Singh. He should have looked for the grass, but instead kicking the ball out on the full, giving an opportunity to Army. Now this is a very good opportunity. This is a very good opportunity for Army. And become a Podi reporter. Send news from your school to feature on ThePapare, a sporting platform for the young, on www.facebook/ThePapare. Send in your photos, videos, articles or information. You can email us on info@thepapare.com or alternatively call us on 0777 822 777 as Army Sports Club go on the charge. Very good offloading work. Referee playing advantage to Army. I think Hapugas Kumbara that time was waiting for referee's penalty call out to come. He was, take a look at that, he was in no way ready for the ball. Danush Karanjan had creeped up on him anyway.
So Army Sports Club getting the opportunity of increasing 3 more points and to cut the deficit. Gayan Salinder with the penalty. A somewhat similar angle to what he kicked in the first occasion. Should be easy going for the fullback for Army.
17 minutes into this first half. Salinder with the opportunity. Well struck, good connection. No problem with the direction. So there you go, second penalty. Gayan Salinder, 6 points. And Army Sports Club with 6 points as well.
I
6
think,
points to 12.
I think the penalties shouldn't worry Kandy too much. I think all what Kandy will be looking for to the tries that the opponents score.
They cannot be complacent in shop. Their discipline actually matters. Raking up penalties against you is not going to be ideal. That's a very well placed kick. Good contestable ball and a good committed chase from Air Force. But Kandy now changed direction. Gayan Veerana doesn't collect it cleanly the first time, but on the march now. Making the ball available to Surya Bandara. Now Udangabo bumps out the first tackle, bumps out the second. Surya Bandara goes to the pocket to Tilna Vijay Singh. Vijay Singh with the clearance. That's a very well placed kick. Army deciding to run it. Interesting. They could have gone to the boot. They could have wanted to test that one. Dimitri Vijaytunga, dangerous area to hold the player on. It was slightly a necktie. Veerasinghe to Ashan Bandara, who puts the ball up high. Not an ideal kick. Tilna Vijay Singh decides to go on the short side. Now Surya Bandara to Marija. Gives it to Dimitri Vijaytunga. Brilliant offload by Vijaytunga to Ali. Marija. Long cutout pass to Anuruddha Vilvara. Stops and goes, and easy as that. Anuruddha Vilvara for his second try. Kandy's third. They'll make it look so easy, this Kandy back line, when they're in motion.
I think this is where experience comes into play. Vilvara stopped, he looked for his options and then tried to go on his own. So good show. Second try coming up for Anuruddha Vilvara in this game. And there you go on a replay. There you go, the long pass out to Vilvara. Vilvara looks for his options and then decides to go on the far corner. Fends off too, and there you go. Easy as it is for Vilvara. He's been doing this for Kandy Sports Club, in and out every club rugby season. And Tilna Vijay Singh missed out on the first conversion from that angle, and will be looking at rectifying that adjustment and try to score this one and at the extras for his team.
Wilbur already collecting a double for himself in this game. Vijay Singh with the conversion. A low struck kick, not successful, so not a very good day for Tilina so far. He's missed out 2 out of 3 kicks that he's taken. Normally a very safe boot, Vijay Singh. And currently the highest point scorer of the league. Salinder with the restart. Goes straight to the hands of Danushka Ranjan. But there was an army hand which came up. Udangamu trying to straighten things up. Goes right through the middle. Gives it out to Surya Bandara, who loses the ball forward. So that will be a loss forward. There was a great straightening run by Udangamu, charging through the middle. But unfortunately, here's the replay. Right through the middle. And had the good sense to offload it to Surya Bandara. Didn't have soft hands that time. There's been a replacement, an early replacement with the Army skipper being replaced. Tusita Sena Naika coming in place of Susit Kumar. Referee Ibrahim hasn't been very happy with the performance of Kumar, I believe. Looking to get Susit Kumar on the park. Army with the putting, Veer Singh. They opt to go on the short side. Dick Kumbura cutting back inside. Good pressure from Kandy. And Army lose the ball out, but referee says going in from the sides. Marija was the culprit. Veer Singh quickly taken. Army need to calm down and make sure that they build on the faces. Taking the ball forward was Adhikaram. Now Army looking for a change of direction. Asan Bandara passes to no one. But Dick Kumbura is there for the rescue. Has nowhere to go with 2 Army players blocking his way. Veer Singh to Bandara. Gives it out to Shehan Silva. Now Bandara trying to go on the outside of Danushka Ranjan. Nowhere through it. Kandy challenging Army, but Army trying to make the faces. Now they are on to their 5th face of this attack. But they haven't been able to penetrate the advantage line, and there they lose the ball out. They need to make sure that they play to the whistle. Surya Bandara with a sneaky kick will collect his own kick and go to the try line for Army's bonus point try. Kandy Sports Club 4 tries already.
Good presence of mind. I think the 7's capabilities of Surya Bandara has allowed him to play such rugby. So Surya Bandara collecting his first points. There you go. That was the knock on, and there comes Surya Bandara looking at the free ball, collects it cleanly, and it's a foot race to the try line. So 4 tries coming in for Kandy Sports Club in the brink of 22 minutes of play. So Kandy are off with a bonus point win, and Tilna Vijay Singh should be having no problem converting this one and adding the 2 points.
No problem for Vijay Singh this time.
Crowds slowly gathering in. We had an early kickoff here at 3:45. People in Kandy, the rugby fans, are used to the 4 p.m. kickoff.
The reason for the 3:45 kickoff is the fact that it gets really dark very quickly here. Now Kandy receiving the restart through Ashan Bandara's boot and losing control of the ball. That time was Ranjan who was lifted up. Army now on the charge, gives it out to the lock Adhikaram. Adhikaram needs to get his knees on the ground and he does so. Veerasinghe now to Nanayakara. Nanayakara takes the ball. Forward, finding it difficult to get on his knees, and Yaqub Ali rips the ball out and he loses the ball.
So referee will bring back play for the initial infringement. Says holding on. So Kandy once again get themselves an opportunity to clear themselves. There you go. That was the run by Yaqub Ali, but unfortunately he had to bundle the ball out. 24 points to 6 Army Sports Club struggling here at Nithawala.
Yes, they have struggled in the previous years. In 2016, Kandy clearing away 44 points to 8, while in last year, at the end of last year, it was 50 points to 19 was the score where Kandy managed to decimate Army Sports Club. Already showing similar signs of it, 24 points to 6.
I think the only occasion that Kandy were on the losing side was way back in 2014 when Kandy lost to Army at Racecourse.
Under the captaincy of Rohit Rajapaksa, who's now moved to CHNFC. And now that's a very, very rare miss by the Kandy skipper. Veeraratne, you don't see that very often. Normally very safe with the ball, Veeraratne. This time not managing to collect it cleanly. There you go. He did not anticipate that one, Veeraratne. But like we said before, Army needs to make sure that they hold on to the ball, they hold on to possession as much as they can. Veerasinghe with the put in. Out comes Manjula Kumara. Attacking on the short side, that's the skipper of the Army team, lifted in air by Kandy defense. But Army somehow managed to get the ball back, and charging through is Sugat Nanayakara. Sanjeeva Hapugaskumbara tried a little bit of footballing skills that time, not successful though, as the ball goes out. Dick Kumbura, who was on pursuit, could not collect it, but if Dick Kumbura could get a boot on that ball, could have been an opportunity for Kandy, Army rather.
And not on your screens, we can see Ashoka Jayalal warming up. I think coach Nilfa Ibrahim has opted to have an early start with Jayalal. As Jayasurya readies to send this one in. Goes to Disanayaka. Disanayaka sends it out to Surya Bandara. And Marija inside pass to Richard Dhamapala. And he has options. He tries to go on his right. And looks like he will go all the way.
Richard Dharmapala, end-to-end stuff. And once he went on the outside, there was no stopping Dharmapala. Sri Lanka's 7th cap And he makes it look so easy. Richard Dharmapala in the try line. I'm sure we'll have a very good replay for viewing. There you go, inside ball to Dharmapala. Straight to the middle. He only had Hapukas Kumbara, Dick Kumbara rather, attacking him on the outside. No match there, and good presence of mind to plant that try. That will be Kandy's 5th try of the game. Tilna Vijay Singh with the conversion, difficult angle from him. First one from this side of the field. Not captured on screens, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see, there you go. Vijay Singh right at the very corner of this Nittavela field in front of his home crowd. Good connection. And hits the uprights. Very unfortunate for Vijay Singh. Here you go. That's the replay. Very unfortunate. Very well struck. The recap, all the sports news delivered to you in just under 2 minutes every day at 6:30 p.m. on the dot. Stay logged on to www.thepapare.com/recap. to get all your information.
Replacement coming in for Army. Asoka Jalal joins in the front row. Let's see if he could change the fortune for Army around.
Dimitri Vijayatunga with the ball. Good strong carry, looking to try offload. Finds Surya Anthony. Now Surya Bandara to Vijay Singh. Vijay Singh gives it out to Ranjan. Show and go. Straightens back inside. Steps back outside. Still on the move. Army does very well to rip the ball out from Danushka Ranjan's hands. That was a daring run by Ranjan, and if he did offload, take a look at this. Ranjan steps inside, outside, breaks 3 tackles, goes on the outside and loses control of the ball. Very good defensive work by the Army. Kandy still coming away with the line out. Interesting. Uchita Jayasundara, the man putting the ball in. And Kandy have opted to go for a 3-man line out. That's not a very good pass by Ali, but Bhuwane Kodangamu doing the rescue work for Kandy Sports Club. Surya Bandara, now to Marija. Long cutout pass to the skipper. Ranjan. Vijay Singh gives it out to Richard Dharmapala, who cuts back inside. Good work by Dharmapala, but the ball's been ripped out. High tackle, says the referee. So that needs to be, that would have been, we'll take a look at the replay. Vijay Singh to Dharmapala, who cuts back inside. Yes, that's an accidental swinging arm that comes in. Kandy taken it quickly. Danushka Ranjan seems like he'll go all the way. There you go, the 6th try. Very soft try scored here. Seems like we are going to have a try fest here in Shaf. Kandy running away. 6 tries already scored.
I think easy as it is for Ranjan. He tried on his earlier attempt, missed out this time around. There was no stopping. So Danushka Ranjan adding his name onto the scorers list. There you go on your screens, the replay. Ranjan cuts outside and then realizes he can go on his own. So try time for Kandy Sports Club. Looks like Kandy are clearly stamping their dominance in this year's Dialog Rugby League. They couldn't do so in the first 2 occasions. Their start was not the best, and this time around at their home turf, home conditions, they are surely showing that they are the best people on the park.
Now, last week in South, we had at Police Park. They were good in the first half, but when it came to the second half, it was a different story. They weren't that good. So what they will focus on today, as Tilna Vijay Singh takes the conversion, not successful again. What they will focus today is to make sure that they keep the same intensity come the second half. Yes, they've come out very well in the first half. Most of that has been soft tries. What they would want to do is to make sure that they go through their phases, that they make sure that all their departments are in sync and are in motion, that they play to their own structure. That's what they will be focused on.
I think, mind you, Kandy has an experienced bench and an experienced replacement set. I think that will be an opportunity for them also to have some game time and to show that they are also worthy of that starting number. So Kandy Sports Club returning Nigel Ratwat, who played fly half last time around. He's in the bench, and that is not a clean collection by Surya Bandara. Surya Bandara, however, manages to recover, and here comes Dimitri. Once again to Vijay Singh. Vijay Singh goes to the boot, goes to the far end, and that is a good kick, but Dikumara does well to collect it. Now tries to run on his own, has Gayan Sal in the sense that one up high collected by Vijay Singh. Richard Dharmapala moving forward. Here comes Ganuka, taken into contact by Ami. Once again to Vijay Singh. Vijay Singh goes to the opposite end of the ground and once again not finding touch.
Gayan Salinde is not helping Ami's cake, kicking it out like that. Dharmapala, no look pass to Vijay Singh. Vijay Singh now spotting a gap to the middle, only one man to beat. Offloads to Surya Bandara. Surya Bandara looking for support. Finds Fasil Marija. Marija smashed in the tackle by the Army defense, who's crawling up on him. Acting halfback is Disanayaka. Now Vijay Tunga gives it out to Veeraratna. Uchita Jayasundara to Wilvara. Wilvara with one man to beat. Too strong for that tackle. Wilvara will go for his hat-trick already in this first half. Anuruddha Wilvara. But seems like he's lost the ball forward. Yes. Wilvara seemed to have lost the ball forward, so no try. He will have to wait for his hat-trick. Let's take a try and look at that replay if we could. Here go Vijay Singh, a change in direction. Good play by Vijay Singh at that time. Had only one man to beat. He could have passed it a little earlier to Surya Bandara. This is Suchita Jayasundara giving it out to Wilvara. Show and go to Salinda. And yes, he lost the ball in contact. So he will have to wait for his hat-trick of twice. Anuruddha Wilvara.
Not on your screens, the medical staff having a quick check with Surya Bandara. He looks like he has injured his neck. Referee halting play.
Stop clock, says the referee. Wants to take a look at what Suri is. Why Suri is out and injured. No problem, he decides. So the play will continue. Now it's the time Army needs all their players, all their senior men, to try and lift the game. They need to talk to their other ranks and make sure that all of them are on one page. Make sure to settle down.
Army managing to hold on to that ball. They need to clear this, but it looks like referee has penalized Kandy, and they will have a chance of getting themselves out of danger.
Salinda with an opportunity to get Army out of jail. That's a big thumping kick. And he will advance his troops. Here's the replay of the early infringement. Coming in from the side was the call from the referee. So Army now with a chance to clear their ranks. Going to the second pot, no problem, and brilliant sack by the Kandy defense. Nipping it from the bud, as they say. Kick from base, replacement. Mohammad Rizvi who's come in. And referee Gunaratna decides that's it for the first half of this game, 34 points to 6.
I think good first half for Kandy Sports Club. 34 points. Could have been 39 with that, had that try come through for Wilbur. But Kandy should be happy about their first half performance. They dominated from the start. There you go, the official confirmation of score. Kandy Sports Club 34. And Army Sports Club, of course, scoring only off those two, Guy and Sal in the penalties. So Army have a lot to work in the second half, and I think it will be a challenge for Kandy too, because they've not been the best team in the second half, and this will be the challenge for Kandy Sports Club as well.
Of course, what they will try and take a look at is here, as we take a look at the highlights of the first half. That was first points coming on for Army, and here's Anuruddha Velvara getting his first try, opening try of the game. On the short side, no problem, only one man to beat. And Kandy's second try coming off. Again, Anuruddha Velvara cutting back inside was Danush Karanjan. There was absolutely no stopping that man after he got on the initial stride, scoring right underneath the post. And Salin the second penalty. And this is Kandy's third try that came through. Anuruddha Velvara collecting his second. Had two men to beat. Didn't look like he was even touched, making it look very easy. Velvara.
I think this was Surya Bandara's gifting try. He saw the opportunity, and all what he did was collect the ball, and it was a foot race to the try line. So good work there by Sri Lanka Sevens player Surya Bandara. And this was Vijay Singha's only kick for the evening. In fact, the second conversion for the evening. And look at this.
This was
drive.
some great run by Richard Dharmapara. Brilliant presence of mind. Committed the Kumbura, stepped inside, stepped outside, went in for the corner line like all good wingers do. Touching down, and the final try. Danush Karanjan. So doubles for Anuruddha Velvara and Danush Karanjan, making up 4 tries. And 34 points to 6 is the halftime confirmation. We'll go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we will have the change of sides and the second half of Kandy Sports Club hosting Army in their first home game of this Dialog Club Rugby League 2017-18.
You follow Sri Lankan sports, obviously, even while you're traveling. How do you do that?
Well, I always keep an eye on the cricket. I know the match is starting in a few more minutes. And the internet is a great way to do it. And, you know, initiatives like ThePapare.com, and it gives us so much information, excellent access, excellent insights. And I've noticed now that, you know, I played the game. There are a huge amount of cricket fans out there. They look at things in so much detail. They demand detail much more than, you know, we have a video analyst for us. Incredible. These guys want even more detail when it comes to, you know, reading about the game. So I think the ThePapare.com provides all of that beautifully. So, you know, congratulations and well done to the ThePapare.com, because for people like me and for millions of other cricket fans around the world to have a deep insight, an intricate look into sports, and also follow live scores, results, and news. That's an ideal way.
Well, you're at the right place, sharing the passion here with Kumar Sangakkara. Kumar, thanks very much for joining us here.
Watch the latest seasons of your favorite TV shows on the same day as the US. Good Behavior, Young Sheldon, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, Blind Spot, Jane the Virgin, Law and Order True Crime, MacGyver, and many more unfold exclusively on Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience. Introducing the Dialog TV View Hub. Catch up to 3 days of missed programs. Rewind your favorite moments on TV up to 2 hours. Record your favorite programs when you're not at home. Enjoy thousands of hours of movies, TV series and teledramas on demand. Upgrade to the Dialog TV View Hub now. Visit www.dialog.lk/TV for more information. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
How did I get the passion of rugby? I think it might have been in my DNA before I was born. But I do remember waking up as a young child, maybe 5 years old, and watching All Blacks games on TV when they toured Europe. They were in the old days where they'd tour and there'd be maybe 15 or 16 games into the tour. I'd try and get up and watch every single game, and I just remember the sound. It was an old black and white TV, and the sound as they were playing, you could hear the noise and it'd go round and round the stadium. It was sort of like a sort of a noise like that, and it was just magical. And so I think that's where I got the passion.
Hear it, sing it, share it. Dialog music හඳුන්වා දෙන Yonder Music.
Sports වලට ඔයගොල්ලන් කැමතිද?
අනිවාර්යෙන්.
ඔව්.
නෑ. හොඳටම අඩුයි.
Yeah, of course. අඩුයි. ඔව්. කවදාසම ස්පෝර්ට් එක?
ෆුට්බෝල්.
cricket.
basketball.
අපේ UFC වගේ දේවල් නම් සවන බලනවා.
Fun and rally විතරයි.
කැමතිම ක්‍රීඩකයෙක් ඉන්නවද කියලා?
අරවින්ද ඩි සිල්වා, අර්ජුන රණතුංග,
සංගක්කාර.
ඒ සරත් ජයසූරිය 96 ටීම් එකම හොඳයි.
Huge amount of cricket fans out there. They look at things in so much detail. They demand detail much more than we have a video analyst for us. Incredible. These guys want even more detail when it comes to reading about the game and understanding. So I think ThePapare.com provides all of that beautifully. So congratulations and well done to ThePapare.com, because for people like me and for millions of other cricket fans around the world.
My considered opinion of rugby in Sri Lanka is that there's a lot of passion here. That's easy to see by the way the players play, but also about the crowd, by the crowds that come and watch the games. The way it can improve, I think, is if the players and the coaches concentrate more on the skill acquisition and the detail of the skills. I think mainly in Sri Lanka they concentrate on just the actual process of making a tackle instead of the fine detail of making that tackle right. And it's the same with passing the ball or kicking. If they can concentrate more on the small details, I think there'll be huge advancement here.
Sri Lanka's #1 television experience now brings you the Interclub Rugby season live. Don't miss out on any of the action. Exclusively on Dialog Now, channel #1 on Dialog Television, the Dialog TV Go app, ThePapare.com and Dialog My TV.
Dialog Rugby League match involving Kandy Sports Club and Army Sports Club. It has been one-way traffic here at Nitawala. 6 tries and 2 conversions for Kandy, and Army Sports Club have managed only 2 penalties. So 34 points to 6 was the score at the end of first 40 minutes of play, and this time around Kandy Sports Club will kick things off in the second half. It has been a one-sided affair so far, Sudarshana. Can Army see a possible comeback, maybe to earn that possible bonus point, in the second half?
That's what they will be focused on, Army, and what they need to do what they need to do in order to do that is to make sure that they hold on to possession as much as they can and dominate possession at that. Fasil Marija with the restart, a very good high kick, but very well collected by the Army receiver that time. Jayalal at the base of the ruck. Risvi with a kick from base, goes straight into the hands of Udangamur, who goes charging through. A good strong run by Udangamur, his knees on the ground, he needs to be released. Surya Bandara to Marija, gives back inside to Surya Bandara. Tarindu Chaturanga now castled, managing to make the ball available. Surya Bandara to Dimitri Vijayatunga. Now comes out to Yakub Ali. Yakub Ali shows and goes. Great run by Yakub Ali, needs support by Kandy. Surya Bandara, a little bit of miss, lack of concentration. He tried to look at the man and pass before he clearly collected it. So a promising move, a promising run by Yakub Ali, up to no avail as Army given a chance now. Take a look at the replay. Yakub Ali, good run. A little dummy. Nice to see that from a front thrower. And Surya Bandara, lack of concentration there.
Yakub Ali, of course, we've seen a few running lines from Yakub Ali. He didn't start last season. Surely he's picking his line for the starting jersey here in the Kandy lineup as the number 8 breaks. And Rizvi sends that clearance kick, goes into the hand of Vijay Singh.
Now Vijay Singh on the counter. Cutting back inside was Richard Dharmapala, but a very good tackle coming in on Dharmapala. Great defensive work by the Army hooker. Now going through is Anuruddha Vilvara. Can this time around Anuruddha Vilvara will not be denied of his hat-trick. Going right under the post. First try of the second half. In the second minute, Vilvara hat-trick. Some brilliant counter-attacking by Kandy. They're very, very difficult to stop when they are in motion. As Tilna Vijay Singh lines up, which should be a regulation kick for him, right underneath the post. With the wind with him. Absolutely no problem. Makes very easy work of that, Vijay Singh. Kandy with their 7th try. And let's take a look at the replay. Beats one man, beats the second, right on the line. Cuts back inside, has just one man to beat Salinder. Too much pace for Salinder, and Vilvara goes right underneath the post for his hat-trick. We were talking about whether Army can make a comeback. I think Vilvara has answered that. 43 minutes on the clock, 41 points for Kandy. Completely dominating so far. They will be looking to empty their bench as soon as they can. A low flat kick goes to the hands of Vijay Singh, who clears the rank on the 50-meter mark. Brilliant kick by Vijay Singh.
I think what's interesting to see, I think this match to see is that Kandy's bench coming in and making a difference in the second half. I think the first starting 15 have done their job. There you go. That was Tilna Vijay Singh's clearance kick.
He brought play right to the halfway mark. Now Army. That's a very good looking line out for Army. Army on the charge. Ashan Bandara feeds off to his big forward, Aravinda Karnaratna. Now breaking through is Iran Karyapala. Change of direction. Gayan Salinda. That's a very, very poor pass. Referee will bring back play. That was a very poor pass by Gayan Salinda. Seems like a play is down. Seems like that's Dick Kumbura. Beg your pardon, there are two number 11s, 17. Aravinda Karnaratna, the hooker for Army Sports Club. Seems like he's gotten a nibble on his back. And here's the replay. How would that happen? Yes, he loses his footing. Trying to collect that ball. Plenty of stuff happening here around in the sports world. Sri Lanka playing their fourth day in the first test against India in cricket. And do you have any opinion on cricket? Here's your opportunity. A quick put together passage or a fully blown blog on our beloved game of cricket. Everyone gets a free hit. Send in on your contributions to editor@thepapare.com. And currently India is 171 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. That's a great comeback in the second innings for India, who looked troubled initially for the first 3 days of the game, but seems like they've found their mojo as the play is ready to be restarted. Surya Bandar with the feed in. Ball comes out from Udanga Moose. Now this is something I want. This is something I want the sighting officials to take a look at, because clearly Rizvi kicked that ball. We'll take a look at the replay. Rizvi kicked that ball. Shehan Patirina is missing out on 4 games because of the same thing. Yes, there was nobody injured here, but the offense is the same. Take a look at this. Rizvi kicks on the loose ball. Luckily it didn't hit anybody and there was no blood involved, but that's a brilliant penalty touch by Army. Army now believe that they can get their first try. All they need is a very good throw to make sure that they set it up, but Kandy have been absolutely brilliant with their sacks.
I think Army has had a change, and it will be Asoka Jala, the experienced man who will be taking in the line out. I think Aravinda Karnaratna, the injured hooker, has left the field, so leaving Asoka Jayalal in charge of the line out duties.
Jayalal with the throw in, no problem to the 3rd, 4th spot. Army looking good with their driving maul. Can they go through? Stopped inches away from the try line. Army opting to keep with their forwards. Scrambling defense around the fringes. Going in is the big man who was just replaced, Chamira Silva. Now Jayalal. Not managing to cross that whitewash. Going isolated is now the Army forward. Rizvi commanding his troops to get away. Chamira held up by Veeraratna. Needs to get his knees on the ground. Finally does so. Army still has it available. Coming out slow, but keeping it close to the forwards. A quick pick and go by Jayalal. Now going out. Oh, that's very unfortunate for Army.
That
terrible pass. That's not how you want to get your first score in South. Take a look at the replay. Wrist with Bandara. Terrible pass. Sanjay Wahapukas Kumbara had absolutely no chance to arrive at the pass. And a replacement comes in. Danustan replacing Anuruddha Vilvara, and Nigel Ratwate coming in for Fasil Marija, who's playing his final season of club rugby in the country, having announced his retirement before the commencement of the season. Vilvara has collected a hat-trick for himself, so coach would have decided that he's had enough.
Kandy with the ball, they'll need to clear this one. Srinath Surya Bandara looking for Udangama. Udangama goes through the gates. And now Surya Bandara looking for the reliable Vijay Singh. And a good kick coming there from Thilina. Vijay Singh puts his team out of danger. And it will be Army Sports Club's feed in to the line out. (41.6) is the score line, and Army Sports Club yet to score a single try. Goes for the short man, and this time around Rizvi forcing his men forward. Ball comes out to Shayan Silva. Shayan Silva goes into contact. Rizvi to Bandara. Bandara finds his centre. He cuts in, but is taken down by Danushka Ranjan. Bandara, and here comes Gayan Salinder. Asham Bandara acting as scrum half on that occasion. A bit of a fumble there by the Army front rows. That's number 18, making a mess out of that ball. There you go. Asham Bandara sends the ball out. And number 24, Madhusankar Chandrasekhara makes a fumble. So chance once again gone for Army, and looks like Kandy will be having a few trouble in their front line. That is number 3, Ganuka Disanayaka, stretching his feet, but he looks like he's fit to play. Kandy, of course, having an experienced bench with Ashan Darling and Damit Disanayaka yet to make the field. Surya Bandara with the feed. The scrum goes to Vijay Singh, and Vijay Singh goes for his boot. Doesn't find touch. This time goes to the Army skipper, Tushya Senanayaka. Senanayaka tries to go on the left, but he's taken down, and looks like it's a knock on once again. So Army Sports Club losing out again on an opportunity. I think this was the same case yesterday for Scotland. They had opportunities, they had the chances, but they could not move ahead because of their ball handling errors.
But what, in defense of Scotland, in South, Scotland put out a better performance. Army have been having real trouble getting over their own advantage line. That's going to be one of the concerns Coach Ibrahim will have to address. But they will remember that they have the feather of CHNFC on their cap. We managed to win against CHNFC and had a very good game with Navy Sports Club as well. Oh, big hit by skipper Veeraratna that time. Surya Bandara to Dangamur. Dangamur takes the ball forward. Now Tarindu Chaturanga. That will be a penalty against Kandy Sports Club. Experienced Jaya. Quick take by him and goes challenging to Veeraratna. And that's a messy work by Chamira Silva. losing control of the ball in the tackle. He will be very disappointed in himself. What will Kandy do here? Will they opt to kick, or will they opt to run it from their own 22? We know that they have the capability. Here's a replay. Viratna guilty of standing in the way of the tackler. And here's Silva isolated and loses the ball in contact. Big man. Yes. Boneka Udangamu breaking through from the rock. Gives it out to Jason Dissanayake, who comes in support. Ranjan playing halfback. Passes the ball straight into the hands of the opposite player, Sanjeeva Hapuka-Skumara. But Army line found offside. So Kandy come away with a penalty.
Tanush Ranjan acting as a halfback on that occasion. Send the ball straight into the hands of number 20. This time around, Tilna Vijay Singha's kick taking Kandy towards the attacking territory. So this will be interesting because it has been a while since Kandy came back to the attacking side of the ground.
Let's see what options Kandy will take from here. And Ganaka Dissanayake has been replaced by Ashan Darling. Kandy opting to go with the 4-man line out. Jason Dissanayake and Anthony, both jumpers. And the ball goes to Dissanayake. Ratwatte now to Vijay Tunga. Vijay Tunga offloads to Gayan Veeraratne. Veeraratne straightens things up in the middle. Now to Nigel. Nigel to Tilina. Tilina gives it out to Pereira. Pereira, brilliant run. Has he scored? Referee will have a small word with the assistant referee. Let's try to take a look at the replay, which will be for interesting viewing. But we will have to hold on till the referee makes the verdict. The AR and referee Gunaratne having a small word. Seems like they've decided that Pereira lost control. Here you go. Stepping inside, running outside. Inches away. Yes, seems like he loses control of the ball just before he planted it. So good work by referee Gunaratne and his assistant Priya Suranga on the sideline. Army now with the task of getting out of jail.
Rizvi with the feed to the scrum. Good pressure coming in from Kandy. Army still managing to hold on to that ball. They're looking for their kicking option. Gayan Salinder. But they try to make a few more faces forward. Don't think it's the right thing to do with opposition like Kandy on their side. And this time around, the halfback clears things for Army, takes them out of the danger zone, but there is still more to play. Kandy Sports Club will have the line out.
Not ideal for Army Sports Club, isn't it? Their number 8 was smashed right when he picked the ball up from the back of the scrum. Now Kandy presented with a brilliant opportunity. Let's see how this will pan out. Jayasundara with the throw in, goes to the hands of Dissanayake, and Kandy setting up. Forwards saying, okay, it's time for us to go for a try, but the maul has been disrupted by Army Sports Club. Surya Bandar to Anthony. With a small dummy. Darling, the ball receiver now. Still available for Kandy. Ratwatte gives it out to Veeraratne. Brilliant back of the hand pass, and Danush Ranjan will score his third try. So hat tricks for Wilbur, hat trick for Ranjan, but lovely work from Gayan Veeraratne yet again. Let's try and take a look at the replay. Here's a look at the replay. Cutting back inside was Gayan Veeraratne, and back of the hand pass. This boy has mastered this one, and Danush Ranjan with the touchdown.
I think easy going for Tilna Vijay Singh under the post. Conversion adds the 2 points without an effort. Coming back to that try, I think that's what Gayan Veeraratne is made to create opportunities. We saw in the police game as well, he created quite a few chances for Tilna Vijay Singh to score, and this is what exactly Gayan Veeraratne brings into the table for Kandy Sports Club.
Absolutely, and he's been such a rock for the country as well. So hat-trick of tries to Vijay Singh, hat-trick of tries to Danush Ranjan.
Replacements coming in for Kandy. Uchis Jayasuriya has been taken off, and Damit Disanayake joins the field. I think Jayasuriya has had a good game on the field with his lineouts, and number 2, Damit Disanayake, comes back to the side.
Absolutely, Uchis Jayasuriya has had a very decent day. This time, kicking deep was Ashan. Gayan Salinder goes to the deadline, so the play will be brought back to the 22-meter mark. "59 minutes on the clock. I beg your pardon, it'll be brought back to the halfway mark. From halfway, not ideal for Army Sports Club because it'll be a split attack that Kandy will be looking at. Surya Bandara with the put in. Udangamo. Break from Udangamo, tries to offload, not able to do so, so decides to keep the ball with him. Yaqub Ali. He's done a lot of work, Ali, but the ball has been turned over by Army Sports Club. Army coming away with it. Now Army with a chance. Keeper. Cutting back inside. Goes right into Suiru Anthony. Now he's gone on his knees. Army, what they need to do is try and build on this. Bandara. Charging in was the loose head. Kandy found guilty of an offside line, but the referee is not happy with Vijay Tunga. Maybe had something to say. Dimitri Vijay Tunga, the culprit that time. The first yellow card of the game. I'm sure Vijay Tunga would have had something to say to the referee about that offside offence. Salind opting to go for touch, and it's a very good touch by him. Advancing the Army troops to the 5 meter of the Kandy territory.
I think what Army lacks is their execution. Even in the Navy Army match, they came close. They came at many occasions near the try line, but they could not go beyond. Here too, early in the early occasion, they had a well in time line out, but unfortunately, Army could not get them converted to points. But this time around, another opportunity in the 5 meter line. Goes for the short man. Here comes Army, number 29, moving forward. But ball still remains in play. Good work there by the Army forwards. Now the scrum half tries to make a few yards forward. Now the ball comes out loose. Jailal gets into traffic. He's been taken down.
Army Sports Club looking for their first try. They need to make sure that they be patient, that they do their basics right. If you get isolated out that sort, you're not going to be able to secure the ball. Now Rizvi still keeping it close to the forwards. That's an isolated player going in. Kandy, two defenders coming in with no arms, presenting advantage to Army. Army going inch by inch. Jailal with the pick and go. Army forwards deciding to take things to their own hand. Now the scrum half Rizvi has been taken into contact. So the forwards will have to do a little bit more work. Jailal feeds in and they lose control of the ball, but there'll be another penalty that comes up. And this time seems like Thanindu Chaturanga, yes, he will receive another yellow card, 2 yellow cards. Kandy Sports Club is now reduced to 13 men. Huge numerical advantage to Army. And if they're not going to get their first try in this fashion, they will not get their try. Now that's why no arms tackle, very dangerous. Clearly that's why referee Gunaratna had no hesitation to send him to the bin. And Army very wisely noting that Kandy short of 2 players in their scrum, deciding that they want to go for a scrum. Good thinking by Army at that time. They will suck in 8 players in the scrum, and which will allow their backs to have an overlap outside. Army trying a little hard. He's, I beg your pardon, Kandy trying hard to make up the numbers. Seems like Gayan Veeraratne has gone into act as the number 8.
A rare occasion where you see Gayan Veeraratne joining the scrum. Rizvi sends the ball in and the number 8 breaks. Goes to the far right. They should be scoring. Yes, they do so. Captain Tusisena Nayaka scores the first try for Army Sports Club. A long coming try for Army. Finally, Tusisena Nayaka does the job for Army.
Long time coming. That time Ashan Bandara doing well to spot the gap on the outside corner. And very good thinking, like we mentioned earlier. Tusisena Nayaka, the finisher, but very good thinking by the senior players of the Army camp to opt to go for the scrum, and that's a replay. Tusisena Nayaka, all you had to do was fall over for the try. Clear numerical advantage of 2 players. And Ashan Bandara now with the conversion. Actually, it's Gayan Salindo who's taking up the kicking duties. A difficult kick from a difficult angle. It's connected it well. Distance would be the problem. And yes, no problem with the distance as well. So 2 more points added. A little too late, is it? 13 points to 48. Kandy with a very, very demanding lead. Big demanding lead, and they will have absolutely no hurry to restart the proceedings.
Nigel Ratwat delay in the restart as Kandy will be having fresh legs on the park. Sashika Javadana comes in, place of Suhiru Anthony. Goes deep with the kick. Ratwat collected there by Rizvi. Makes a few yards and kicks it into touch.
Kandy with 2 yellow cards. 67 minutes on our clock. Just over 10 minutes to go in this game. And like we mentioned to you earlier, Kandy have been dominant in the previous 2 results. 44-8 against Kandy in 2016 and 50 points to 19 earlier this year in the second round. Can they get their 50 here? Bone Kodangamo straightening things up. Surya Bandara now available for him. Jason Disanaika, a standing start, couldn't attack the ball. Referee playing advantage to Kandy and will be awarding a penalty. And seems like the new man in, number 25, Suramya Herat, will be yellow carded and is sent to the bin to spend 10 minutes in the naughty chair. So 3 players on sidelined. We are only playing with 27 players. Quite a rare occurrence here. And interestingly enough, Kandy opting to go for 3. Seems like they want to make sure that they go past that half-century mark in this game. Nigel Rathpatte with the first kick of the game. Rathpatte strikes it well. No problem with the directions. So that will be 51 points for Kandy, going past the halfway mark. First time that they've done so in this season. And what better way to do in front of your own home crowd. In fact, it's an absolutely good thing that we start the games at 3:45 because it's quite dark already.
I think especially in Kandy where the conditions are such that daylight is scarce towards the later set of play. So it's a good initiative from SLR to kick off at 3:45 as this ball is sent out wide. Army once again looking for their options on the far corner, and the winger is bundled into touch by Kandy. So once again, Army Sports Club, I think this is a very cynical display from Army after that good performance against CHNFC. There you go on your screens. Sam Bandara sends that ball out. He manages to hold on to that ball, but
Bhuwane Godangamu just manhandling that player, throwing him out like a piece of dirt. We're into the last 10 minutes of this game, as Damit Disanaika is provided with the first throw of the game. Kandy opting to set this one up. On the march, on a driving maul. Vijay Singh playing halfback. Rathpatte puts the ball high up. That's a great chase by Gayan Veeraratne, who holds the man up. What a brilliant tackle that was. Take a bow, Gayan Veeraratne. 10 minutes into the latter part of this game, this boy still doesn't let things go. Held up, and brilliant play. Let's take a replay of that. That deserves an absolute replay. Oh my, seems like Gayan Veeraratne was had his arms around while he was on there. Lucky to get away that time, but nevertheless, brilliant commitment. Thilna Vijay Singh playing halfback, and catch all the news updates and analysis on around the wickets, where Roshana Besinga takes you through Sri Lanka cricket's everything during Sri Lanka's tour of India 2017.
Once again, Kandy are playing still with 13 men, so there was a deficit in the stumps. So Ganviratna once again joining the front line.
Veeratna playing number 8. This is going to be interesting. Udangamu now has been replaced by Asita Ratnayaka, with Jason Disanayaka moving back to the number 8 position. Ratwatte, a little bit of a planned move. Missed out. Dhanush Karanjan was clearly offside. He was right in front of Tilna Vijayasinghe when he started his run. Good spot by referee Gunaratna, who wasn't deceived by Ranjan's antics that time. Good clearance by Salinder. Yet again, we've seen Kandy's intensity that's been dropped.
Dhanush Karanjan on that occasion clearly in front of Tilna Vijayasinghe when he kicked that one. Coming back, I think in the second half of this encounter, Kandy has been able to score more than nearly 16 points.
Yes, Inshaf, but if you see the intensity of the game, Kandy's lost out that intensity that they came out during the first half of the game. So that's something that they will need to address before they take on the stronger teams. As Army try to set things up, but a brilliant sack yet again coming in from the Kandy forwards. They've been doing that all day long. And Army need to start trying to play to the whistle, because the last time that they did that, Surya Bandara was right underneath the post. As soon as you drop the ball, doesn't mean that that's the stop of play. The play only stops when the referee says so. And with just 5 minutes to play in the game, it's time for us to decide who the man of the match will be. Difficult call, Insaf. Players all over.
I think we've seen some good contributions coming in from Bhuwana Kudangamu. Although he was not on the score line, he made effective contributions from the scrum, from the number 8 position, mainly in the scrums, as you can see. Number 8, Jason Disanayaka breaking through.
Disanayaka should have given it out, but now it's available for Kandy. Going into contact. Ashan Darling pops it out to Disanayaka. Disanayaka passes it out, but spilt out. Coming back to the man of the match discussion. Yes, I think Bhuwana Kudangamu deserves the accolades for his daring runs and a good show, but also a mention needs to be given to Anuruddha Vilwara for scoring that triple, and also Dhanush Karanjan. So difficult call for me, but I think I will agree with you on Bhuwana Kudangamu being the man of the match. But yet again, there are players of the caliber of Richard Dharmapala, Gayan Veeraratne, Dhanush Karanjan, and also not forgetting Dimitri Vijayatunga, who is still on the park. The lock for Kandy Sports Club. Kandy now penalized. Discipline costing them penalty after penalty. Not 10 meters, says the referee. Kandy still shorter to. Now they've been restored to their original number of 15. Jayalal with a carry, but has been shoved back by the Kandy forwards. Now Army going forward. Dick Kumra trying to step, but right into the shoulders of the two defenders. Army looking for their second try. Rizvi Now to Bandara. Bandara passes to no man, and Nigel Ratwatte managing to kick the ball, collects it, gives it out to Jason Dissanayake running in the lines, and Dissanayake will score his first try of the game. Yet another counter attack, making way for that try. I thought Ratwatte could have just maybe passed it a little earlier to Pereira, who was on his inside shoulder. Would have been easier, but nevertheless, Jason Dissanayake touching down. Here's a replay. Nigel with the pickup. He could have given it to Pereira. Army skipper didn't give up, and Dissanayake too strong for that cover tackle. A little bit of a swan dive to celebrate. Ratwatte with the opportunity to increase the lead by 2 more points. 56 points to 13. Kandy in the lead with the conversion to come. That is a big hush here. No problem for Ratwatte. And that is the game. Referee Gunaratne putting Army out of their misery. And Kandy clinching this one with 58 points to 13. As the crowds go in to congratulate their heroes here at Nittawala.
It has
So
been
all in all, mixed bag for Kandy. Yes, they've gotten a commanding win, first home game. But yet again, the second half intensity, they would have wanted more. First half, end of the first half, 38 points that they've scored. They've only managed to score 20 points in the second. But they used up all of their bench. That will be a plus for coach Vijay Singh. But on Army's aspect, what they need to do is they need to make sure that they're more secure on their ball handling. Especially they need to make sure that they control the ball well, because more times than not, every time they had the ball, they tried things up, but they couldn't execute it and finish it out.
I think that has been Army's case all throughout the earlier 2 games as well. Army had the X factor, but they could not execute them when it comes to converting their efforts into tries. But all in all, Kandy Sports Club, a good performance to start their campaign here in Nittawala in front of their home crowd. So it's a good start for Kandy Sports Club. But once again, coming to your concern, Sudarshana, they did not play to their potential in the full time in the second half of play. So there you go, the full-time confirmation of the scores of Kandy 58 and Army 13. I think this is the highest score that Kandy has scored in this season. The first 2 matches, of course, ended up 23 and 43 points. That was against CHN FC and Police Sports Club. And Army Sports Club will need to go back to the starting stage. They need to rethink their options and come back strong when they come to the next match next week.
So here you go, highlights of the second half. Anuruddha Wilbara riding on the sideline, cutting back inside, running around. That was his hat-trick try. Going underneath the post. Great stuff by Wilbara at that time. And the second time for Kandy came through the nippy running Pereira. I beg your pardon, this wasn't a try. He lost control of the ball just at the half, just at the whitewash. Take a look at this offload to Danushka Ranjan. Brilliant stuff by Veeraratne, and Ranjan making easy work of scoring that try, collecting his hat-trick. Vijay Singh had no problem with adding the 2 extras. Army's solitary try. A coming through their skipper, using the numerical advantage where two Kandy players were out in the sin bin. And a very good kick by Salinda from the sidelines to add in the 2 extras. Ratwate opted to go for a penalty. That was quite interesting while they had a very good lead. And the final try from Kandy, Ratwate creating a counter-attacking opportunity, passing it out to Disanayaka, who went in the corner to touchdown, no problem, a little bit of a swan dive. No harm done, and Ratwate converting it to bring the Kandy score to 58 points to 13. So convincing performance, yes, but would have required a little bit more intensity in the second half. But the lads in red, white and blue, who are mobbed by the supporters here at Nittavela, who love their team. And here you go, the stat sheet. Kandy 9 tries, 5 conversions. Tilna Vijay Singh had an off day with the board. 1 penalty against Army Sports Club. 1 try, 1 conversion and 2 penalties. At half-time, Kandy Sports Club led 34 points to 6. And ThePapare.com's player of the match, Buwaneka Udangamua, Kandy SC number 8, who made some really good daring runs and straightened things up for Kandy. There you go, that's it from us, from the telecast from Nittavela. Kandy Sports Club with a commanding win in their first home game. And it's been an absolute pleasure bringing to you action from Nittavela. I'm Sudarshan Apiri signing alongside Inshaf Kapoor, our technical and the production crew of ThePapare.com from Nittavela. Until we see you next week, it's goodbye from Nittavela.
We go, way down we go, so way down we go, way down we go. Oh, you let your feet run wild. Time has come as we all go down. Yeah, but for the folk who my, do you dare to look them right in the eyes? Yeah. Oh, 'cause they will run you down to the door. Yeah, someday we'll run you down till you fall. And they will run you down till you fall. Yeah, till you can't grow no more. And we're down. And we're down. Way down we go, so way down we go, way down we go. Oh, you let your feet run wild. The time has come as we all go down. Yeah, but for the folk who my. Do you dare to look them right in the eyes? Yeah. Oh, God say we run you down to the door. Yeah, someday we run you down till you fall. And they will run you down till you fall. Yeah, till you can't grow no more. And we're down. And we're down.
Sri Lanka's #1 television experience now brings you the Interclub Rugby season live. Don't miss out on any of the action. Exclusively on Dialog Now, channel #1 on Dialog Television, the Dialog TV Go app, ThePapare.com and Dialog My TV.